lean back.
Oh, say does that star-spangled...
So, Clark, when you look at it, what's the focus for these teams so early on in the campaign?
You know, I think really at this point it's about seeing what you've got, finding out what you have, building chemistry. I think this is where you kind of start to discover the strengths and weaknesses of your team.
So the opening lineup for the Suns. Perimeter pair for him will be Booker and Brooks. Mark Williams is out there with O'Neal. And it's Gillespie in at the 5. Count it.
Jokic just shrugging off the contact made that shot look a lot easier than it really was.
Brown against Booker. Plays it up off the glass.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
And Watson slams it in.
Probably one of the best passing big men we've ever seen. Jokic is especially lethal in the pick and roll sets.
Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
I had a chance to talk with the head coach for Denver. There is a clear game plan that coach has in mind for Devin Booker tonight. He told me, quote, Devin doesn't respond well to getting doubled. You can't do it every time because he'll pick you apart, but we'll send the extra man his way more than once. That I can guarantee. Kevin, back to you.
All right, Allie, we thank you for that.
Right at 7 feet tall, you know what Mark Williams is out there to do. Rebound and score. But what impresses me the most is that he also manages to drop some dimes here and there, too.
And he sinks the second. And so it's Murray with it. He brings it up for the Denver Nuggets. Looking around the NBA, Devin Booker, GA, is as good as any two-guard out there.
Obviously, we know how Devin scores it, but what I love, he also can run your offense, and he gives good effort defensively.
Well, Jokic is such a terrific decision maker. He's brilliant in his skill level, but he also has great vision as a passer.
Now, here is O'Neal. They really needed more from him in that loss to the Clippers. Shot clock at 6. Takes the 13-footer, and it's Gillespie missing.
That's another miss. Already they've missed 3 out of 4 to start.
And Jokic throws it down.
The confidence Jokic has is impressive, as is his skill level. He knows he can get it done on the drive pretty much whenever he decides to drive.
Now here's Booker. Pass to Brooks. Here's Gillespie. Right at the free throw line. That's good on the jump shot.
Wow, he was just wide open there. That's way too easy.
And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for the Denver Nuggets. 3-point lead. And this is their first time matched up with the Suns this season.
And although they were the better team last year by overall record, this was a competitive matchup for them.
Guys, they split the season series, and you know, there's always randomness to this game. The unpredictability of it. You win some, you lose some, but they certainly want to impose their talent level tonight.
While there's a break in the action, let's take a look at the players who had the most steals in the league last season. Jokic is second.
He showed such tremendous defensive instincts. Trust me, nobody wanted him guarding them last year.
And they pick up 2. Here's Murray. Jokic with it. Murray outside. Back to Jokic. This one for 3. And it's Phoenix with the rebound.
Well, he won't miss many of those. Not when he gets a good look like that.
And that one drops for him.
That's where Williams does the majority of his work offensively.
The Nuggets leading. Murray outside for the 3. Jokic, no good. Suns have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. And last season, Greg, Devin Booker became the Phoenix Suns' all-time leading scorer.
Yeah, he passed Hall of Famer Walter Davis to achieve that feat. Booker is a guy that wants to be a Sun for life, so I expect him to break even more franchise records.
Drains the three-pointer.
This is what they were hoping to get from him tonight. Solid performance.
Brooks, the pass to Williams. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
And guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, you know, he might have gotten away with that a few years ago, but not anymore. No way. Now you've got to be stationary on those screens. No extra hips or elbows, or they'll call it.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
You're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
Now here's Booker. 1:14 left to play in the first, and it's good for 2.
And that's lethal. I love how Booker's eyes light up when he gets a mid-range opportunity.
Jokic with his screen on Booker. Lets it go with the 3. And Jokic gets it to go. The assist by Murray. Jokic has got 17 now.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Well, I think they're getting caught in that in-between zone, no man's land, giving up 3 straight from beyond the arc right now.
Yeah, they have gone full throttle from the opening tip, showing no signs of letting up.
And, you know, when you've got a chance to put a team away early, you got to take it.
They get the rebound. Suns trail by 10. 6 seconds separating the shot game clocks.
Excellent defensive positioning and anticipation from Jokic. Able to lock the rim down there. Good work.
The Suns have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today.
And last season, when they got themselves to the line, they usually came through as a team up around 81%.
And, you know, that just added to their confidence at the offensive end. I mean, knowing that free throw shooting was something they didn't have to worry about gave them a lot of confidence to play freely.
Catching up on the changes for Phoenix. Iguodala's checked in, and it's Fleming and Fronin.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
And so it's the Denver Nuggets with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. A terrific tempo and a great pace. The fast break has been a central part of their offense. We'll return shortly. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for the Nuggets?
They've looked to fire as much as possible from outside the arc, and so far they are hitting at a high clip.
One other thing they've done really well, moving the ball around. They've done a nice job not settling for that initial option and making that extra pass.
Setting the floor for the Suns. We've got Allen. Jalen Green is out there with Goodwin. Then it's Fleming. And it's Iguodala in at the center position. Now here's Goodwin. Pass to Green. Nobody near Allen. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Here's Jokic. He's coming off an unbelievably high-scoring game.
Well, you look at Jokic, and I tell you, his greatest strength might be his IQ and passing ability. He picks defenses apart.
Well, Clark, we've all heard the stats on Nikola Jokic. But it doesn't tell the entire story, does it?
No, it doesn't tell the whole story, but it tells you a series of stories. I mean, Jokic is like the encyclopedia of basketball, Kevin. I mean, I just love watching him play. I mean, this guy does it his own way at his own pace, and his skill level is off the charts. His shot making is remarkable. His unorthodox way of doing what he does is a treat for all spectators of the game.
Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
Thanks, guys. Well, Devin Booker grew up in Grand Rapids, Michigan, but around age 15, he moved to Moss Point, Mississippi to live and train with his father. Booker said, quote, "I understood the goal and I just embraced the culture and the inner city. They took me in, it was a really important time, and it was good for me." Back to you.
Thanks a lot, Allie. Quarter number 2, we're about 2 minutes in. Bangs home the trifecta.
And mean, what a move, guys. I mean, he's absolutely embarrassing him out there right now.
Boy, that was quite a move, an ankle breaker for sure. And then he calmly knocked down the shot. Well done.
Now here's Booker. Last game we saw him score 14. And it's Denver with the rebound. Jokic has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Jokic sets the screen for Gordon. Jokic inside, working on Allen. And Watson slams it in.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Well, I tell you what, they've got this team just a step away from being completely asleep.
And that one's good. Iguodala's got 4 points in the quarter.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
And then Gordon with the dunk.
And Gordon taking advantage of the fact that when he gets up in the air like that, nobody's interested in getting in his way.
Inside, and he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Now, here's Jokic. He's got 26.
No surprise, Jokic is having a great night. I mean, he is a walking 3-level bucket.
And timeout called by Jordan Ott. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. Williams is checked in for the Suns. O'Neal comes in for Allen. Well, you know, Clark, anticipation is key in this NBA game. So often it seems the great ones can see a play ahead.
I don't think there's any question about it, Kevin. It's one of the things I look for in players. How do they see the floor? Do they make passes based on anticipation versus reaction? It's almost like somebody playing checkers and another guy playing chess. The very best players seem to be chess players. A guy who shoots freely at the perimeter, Brooks, can do real damage from out there.
Jokic high post. He's against Williams. And Watson slams it in.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns. Well, they count on big-time production from him at the offensive end.
Murray, the pass to Jokic. Kicks it out to Gordon. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic. Jokic has got his 7th assist in the game. Pass to Gillespie. Back to Booker. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. Here's Gillespie. He's covered by Murray. Gillespie, that's good. Gillespie's got 5 points now in the quarter.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
34 seconds left here in the second. Here's Jokic, and Jokic throws it down.
And right now, Jokic has it going on. He's doing whatever he wants to out there.
Gillespie, the pass to Williams. And here is Brooks. It's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. 5 seconds left in the first half. And a deep three from Murray. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. Jokic firing on all cylinders for the Denver Nuggets. He ends up dropping in 2 from distance, making a difference from long range in this one. And we'll be right back after this.
Hey folks, thanks for joining us. It would be an understatement to say it's been a great half for the Denver Nuggets. As a team, how do you stay focused when you're up like this?
Well, maybe you start making dinner plans, decide where to go on your next vacation.
Yeah, that focus, good advice, Shaq. This is the NBA. Anything could happen. You got to stay sharp and keep up the intensity.
Well, you can tell some of us are more focused than others. Let's shift our focus now to Nikola Jokic. Outstanding tonight through 2.
Right now, Joker's getting the last laugh, showing the size and skill that make him a perennial MVP candidate.
And he does it with no vertical whatsoever. It's all instincts and positioning.
And that is it for halftime, folks. It is back to Kevin Harlan and the crew for the second half.
And with the big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You look at Jokic in this game, he has been everywhere.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
Yeah, you know what? I think he's doing exactly what he has to do. Using his body, shaking off contact, and then finishing at the rim.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Inside for him, it's Gordon and Jokic. In at the guard spots, Murray and Brown. And it's Watson in at the 3 slot. That's the groove that David Adelman's going out there with to start the second half.
Well, his scoring has helped them build and sustain this lead. Now he's trying to close it out.
This has truly been a special era, Clark, for this Nuggets franchise.
You know, it has been. There's no denying it. Over the last 5 years, they've held the second-best regular season record after the Celtics. Of course, the franchise got its first NBA title in 2023, thanks to the all-time greatness of Nikola Jokic.
And here's Jokic. After Dillon Brooks was able to get the triple, Jokic a screen. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Murray.
And here's a look at some stats for Booker, coming off a terrific season. Last season, he averaged 25 points per, 7 assists, and 4 rebounds. And he was their top scorer throughout last season.
Well, his teammates knew whenever they really needed a basket, just look his way.
Now here's Brooks. He's got 8. Williams sets a screen for Brooks. Left side, O'Neal. 5 on the clock. Brooks with no one around. And the Suns tack on 2 more.
Yeah, Brooks will just attack you without thinking anything of it.
Pass to Watson. Now, here's Jokic. He's guarded by Williams. Jokic kicks to Murray. There's the 3. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Nuggets lead by 14.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Greg, he's ferocious when the ball goes up.
That's what they've got him out there for, fellas.
All right, a chance to look at the stats for Nikola Jokic. He's coming off an excellent season. 2nd in assists, and a terrific year for him in terms of scoring. How about 3rd in the NBA?
And back to him finishing runner-up in assists, his court vision, his ability to control the pace of a game makes him especially impossible to defend. Now here's Booker. Fantastic finish by Booker.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
Here's Jokic, and Jokic slams it in.
And Joker doesn't get up too often, but when he slams it down, it feels like he's trying to bring the basket with him.
Williams a screen on Brown. And a deep 3 from Booker. Can't prop the tough three-pointer.
This offense's first miss after 3 straight makes to start the second half.
Williams against Jokic. Gordon with a screen on Williams. Jokic. And there's another one for the Nuggets.
Everything going to plan here to start the third. 80% shooting thus far.
Williams a screen on Brown. Here's Booker. Pass to Williams. Booker against Brown. No good from Booker. Denver leading by 16. Jokic passes to Watson. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Allen's checked in for Booker. Mark, there's no question Peyton Watson is a player on the rise.
Yeah, and I think his ceiling is pretty high. I mean, he's a high-effort guy, seems to be a high-character guy because he's always ready whenever his number is called, and he produces in short stints of playing time. And the versatility he brings defensively, major value added.
Now, let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
Thanks a lot. This season, new broadcasting deals are kicking in for the NBA. Commissioner Silver said we dramatically increased the number of primetime broadcast exposures to a level almost unthinkable from my early days in the league. In fact, the NBA is now set for basically nightly national broadcasts. Kevin, back to you.
All right, Allie, thanks for that update. Here's Allen. Following the basket by Jokic. Buries the long-range jumper.
A lackluster effort on defense gave him the look he wanted.
Now Jokic, and he's got 41. And Jokic slams it in.
And you see Jokic running that inverted pick and roll. An action that's really, really hard to guard.
Brooks feeling it out a bit. From deep. And it's Jokic with the rebound. Jokic has got 8 rebounds in this game. Gordon kicks to Jokic. 50 seconds left to play here in the third. That shot, no good. Suns trail by 17. Here's Gillespie. 9 points in the game so far. Brooks, the pass to Gillespie. Got a hand on it. And here is Murray. 19 seconds left in the third quarter. Back to Jokic. Murray kicks to Jokic. 6 to shoot. And Jokic throws it down.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, G8, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
And so it's Denver with a 19-point advantage heading into the next quarter. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. We'll get you back to the action after this break. And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Suns trail by 19, setting the floor for the Suns. They're going with Booker and Allen on the wing. Then it's Goodwin. Then it's Fleming. And it's Iguodala in at the 5, roaming the paint. Pass to Jokic. Oh, and he's going up for the alley-oop here. Down low, here's Iguodala. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And you know what? One of the few bright spots in this game for them today. He's kept his edge even though they've been trailing.
Murray, the pass to Jokic. In the corner, it's Brown. No good from outside. And it's Goodwin with the ball for the Suns. 15-point game. It's off to Utah after this game where they'll face the Jazz. That'll be the third game of this 3-game road trip. Here's Booker. And it's Denver with the rebound. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Here's Jokic. And stolen by Booker. Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Here's Iguodala. Booker with it. Now guarded by Murray. With the floater. Booker floats it through.
And the deft touch from Booker. I love when he gets fancy and lofts it up there like that.
Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. And Jokic gets it to go. Jokic has got 47 points.
It's just hard to believe that someone can perform at such a high level. They've got to thank him for this lead.
They set the pick. Here's Booker. And it's sent back by Jokic.
What I like about Jokic defensively is what I like about him overall. Great instincts.
Outside for Murray. Jokic sets the screen for Murray. Watson, the pass to Jokic. From the line. Second chance shot. Back to Watson. Denver passing it around. Second shot opportunity. Jokic, no good.
He took it up strong, but the defense was ready for it.
Goodwin with it. Murray on him. Jokic with the rebound.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Jokic sets the screen for Murray. Jokic with it. There's the jumper. Nice one.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Guys, when you're this hot, it's elementary. Let it fly. Keep staying at it.
And timeout called by Jordan Ott. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. And we've got a moment here. Let's present our player of the game, Nikola Jokic.
We saw outstanding focus and really good energy from him all the minutes he was on the floor. He was determined to make an impact every time he touched the ball, and he did just that. Guys on both squads could learn a lot from what he did here tonight.
The better he played, the more these fans got revved up. And that continued to play out over the course of his amazing performance. Now Murray. Jokic sets the screen for Murray. Here's Jokic. Beyond the arc. Williams with the rebound. A minute 50 left in the game. Now here's Brooks. He'll put it up there. Jokic pulls it down.
Defense practically daring him to take that shot in. It worked out for him.
Jokic sets the screen for Murray. Lets loose a three. And Jokic gets it to go. The assist by Murray. Murray's got his fourth assist with that last one here tonight.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Nuggets.
Looking at both these teams, they're great rebounders, and on any given night, you might not know who would have the advantage on the boards.
They made the most of those extra rebounds as well, Kevin.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
Yeah, I don't think it'll play out quite that simply, though. The team coming out on the losing end of Game 1 is just that much more motivated to get even in Game 2 and 3. So I think the edge goes to the losing team.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Jokic.
Well, I love the force that he showed on defense, using all of his length to deny shots. He was their anchor tonight.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And, you know, this run shows what kind of attitude this team has. I mean, the win is there. Go get it.
Denver with the ball. Gordon with a screen on Williams. Lob pass to Gordon, and it's Gordon finishing it off.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
Boy, they've given their fans plenty to cheer about, that's for sure. Effort, skill, coaching, you name it, they've done it.
Booker outside. Pass to Gillespie. And so it's Denver taking care of business in this game. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
Let's send it over to Allie LaForce. She's standing by with our player of the game.
Nikola, congratulations on the win. What does a win like this say about your team?
I mean, we are looking for each other. We are finding it. When we start playing like we're supposed to play, we are really good. So hopefully we're going to continue to play like this.
Thanks, Nikola. Back to you guys.
Terrific job, Allie. Thank you so much. That was enjoyable. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. And so now, for Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. But as we go, let's take a look at our player of the game